Welcome to the MLC. The MLC stands for the Mr. Limber channel. This is your host and your brother, Mr. Limber. Today's topic: never trust a woman. Trust. Oh man, trust. Why do I still sense that even red pill men are still trusting women? I had to pause on this one for a second because I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Why are you putting your faith in women? And this means all women. This means women across the globe and across time. Regardless whether or not they have been exposed to feminism, regardless if they live within the gynocracy. Why would you trust women? Your trust should only be put in things that are unmovable, unchangeable. For those of you who are spiritual, you understand that the ultimate trust can only be put in the creator of all things, because it is unchanging. Some call it God, the Most High, and so forth. When we come to the sense of non-absolutes, meaning things that are not as perfect as the creator, your trust can go towards your brothers. Your trust can be in the manosphere. It can be towards your homeboys, if they are not simps, if they are not agents of the powers that be, the real warlords, the ones behind the scene, that wages war on men, and they use women as the instruments of war to attack you. Assuming your homeboy is not an agent simp. That is where you put your trust, because men are logical. Men could be loyal. Men can stick to their word. Men are not frequently moved by their emotions. Therefore, you can put trust. Now, my brothers, if I didn't say already, I am on the road. So if you hear noises, please do excuse me as I try to drop this content for you anyway. But women, can women be unchanging? How often does a woman change? How often do women change? All the time. It is nothing but a quick mood swing. She felt this way. It was that time of the month. She's not lactating. She is lactating. She's feeling B today. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to keep it clean. She's in her B mood. So how could you put your trust in someone that easily changes? Once again, as I said before on this channel, I'm not saying woman nature is a bad thing. Once you truly understand why a woman was created, you understand why her nature is the way it is, and you understand it is only being used as a bad thing against you, not because of her, but because of those puppeteers that are behind the scenes. If you don't fully know what I'm talking about, there is a video on my channel with a thumbnail of a man arm wrestling a woman on a desk. That video is titled, quote, "Gender War Is It?" Once again, gender war is it? And this video will really teach you what is really going on behind the scenes. Now, putting your trust in someone who can easily flip-flop. Women change their stance quicker than politicians. In the heat of an election or their race for candidates as a candidate for the incumbent position, They flip-flop quicker than any politician ever could. Yet you trust them. And I know you trust them because I hear men complain that women did not hold their parts. They did not uphold their part of the bargain. Now, I don't give women a pass. That is not what I'm saying. You see, because many brothers will probably talk about how the Bible holds women accountable. Certain ancient texts from Egypt, the Persians, also hold women accountable. But these women are being held accountable for not doing what they were supposed to do while in submission to a man. Not because they were just running around free. We must put it in context. The women that those texts are talking about are not the women of today. Those women were under the direction of a man. And yet they still could not be trusted. Women would act up in societies where they could be stoned. That is how much them being illogical is prevalent. That's how powerful it is. Their illogical behaviors. That is. That they are willing to risk being stoned in order to function in their illogical ways. But I see brothers trusting them. Let's start on the lowest level of interaction with women. Let's talk about the booty call, the F buddies, right? Many brothers are pumping and dumping. Many brothers are doing the booty call, the F buddies. But when they're doing it bareback. They're doing it raw. They're doing it without a condom. Doesn't that imply you trust her? I would say so. And I take issue with that. I am offended by that. You trust her enough to believe that you're the only F buddy? Most married men cannot trust that they're the only ones sleeping with their wives. But yet you believe that she is only sleeping with you and you're nothing else but an F buddy. You're just the booty call man. You're the Mr. Good bar. You trust her not to give you a venereal disease. You trust in her word that she took her birth control pills. You truly believe that she put on her contraceptive patch. And you know for a fact, right, because you trust her, that if she does forget to take her pill, that she will go buy the plan B. For those of you who believe in abortions, you think she will do it because you ask of her, because you trust her. And don't tell me you don't, because if you didn't, you would have worn a condom. Let's kick it up a notch. Let's talk about the pump and dumpers. Oh yeah, the Mr. Pump and Dump. Some of you guys who make content, you're big on pumping and dumping. It's like a cool thing, right? You love to follow brothers who teach you how to pump and dump. You're not just pumping and dumping a couple chicks. You're running through many chicks. The more you run through, the more you increase your chances of diseases. The more you increase your chances of accusations. The more you increase your chances of getting somebody pregnant. Yes, the condoms don't always work either. But you do it anyway, right? Because the thirst is real. But here's my issue. You still trust this woman with where you live. You trust her with the fortress of solitude. You trust her with the bat cave. I take issue with that. Now, I'm not saying you can't bring a certain woman that you think you have under your control to your place of habitation. Because some women are more respectful towards certain men because they realize your power, they realize your alpha, they know you don't play that. They will probably not test you by bringing drama to your house after you decide to end it, or even before you end it. But most women are too crazy and too illogical to think that way, even if you are that much of a bad man. And I take issue with men who just think it's okay to bring them to their house. And I take issue with a particular brother, which I do respect, on YouTube. I won't mention his name. He had a live stream, I believe, about a year ago. I discovered that live stream this year. And on that live stream, he came at a particular brother who follows my channel. And that particular brother who follows my channel, I also respect dearly, and he will know who he is as I explain this story. While the live stream was going on, I believe it was about a year ago, and like I said, I was a year late because I caught the replay of the live stream this year. The brother who follows my channel told that man who was having the live stream, "Hey brother, look, be careful when you're bringing them to your house and pumping and dumping them because of the danger that can come with that." Now, the brother who's running the live stream, instead of understanding his angle, of course, his Negro ego was so high. He got offended, and like many brothers in the red pill manosphere, misused the word simp. And he said, "You must be a simp. What do you want me to do with them? You want me to go pay for a hotel? You sound like a simp." Now, the brother he said that to, like I said, I know that brother very well. That brother's not a simp. He was given a fair warning. And many brothers don't see what's wrong with bringing women to your house like that. I'm not saying don't do it with some, but you're pumping and dumping 10, 15 women, sometimes a month, sometimes more. And all of these chicks know where you live. Just look at what's happening to Chris Brown right now. He's about to be Mr. Cosby #2. And I guarantee you, this will be no breeze for Chris Breezy. Trusting women is an issue. Now let me ask you, instead of stepping up how you interact with a woman verbally and getting her to pay for a hotel room, or meeting somewhere neutral, or maybe you guys going half and half on it, you bring any chick and every chick to your house. Let me ask you again, who told you you can trust a woman? Now, this brother who criticized the other one for giving the warning, the brother who was having the live stream, don't realize that it is the very definition of a simp to risk your fortress of solitude, your ground of retreat, your place of habitation, to risk it being compromised, to risk bringing drama to your house just to get a piece of poom poom, is the very definition of a simp. Now, I don't believe the brother who makes the live stream is a simp, but in that area, there's some blue pill stuff, man. That's as mild as I can put it. Let's kick it up a notch. Brothers need check and balances when dealing with women. Check and balances. You need something you can hold over her head, and she must also know that you don't give a crap about anything she's trying to do, including the police, including child support. Even if it bothers you, you must look like it ain't nothing, because nothing takes away a woman's drive quicker than showing her you just don't care about anything she tries to do. I'm not worried about prison. I'm not worried about losing the home. I just don't care. It just kills them to know you don't care. You see, women don't take men to court to really take what the man has because she wants it. She's trying to hurt you. And if it's not working, it eats her up, and she usually gives up. Because once again, women stands on nothing, and she stands for nothing. Women were created to only stand for a man under the man. Her mission is to be his submission, is to be under him, to be his sub. because her mission is his mission. Once you properly understand the nature of the woman, you will not hate the woman. You'll understand how to control the woman and how to truly be safe around the woman. And as you guys can see, I'm kicking it up a notch on every level of relationship. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go into the boyfriend-girlfriend thing. Men trust women to love them. Once again, remember I told you guys, check and balances. You trust a woman to love you. You see, now I'm a man who believes in scripture. I'm not a Christian, but I believe in scripture. The scripture teaches that women should respect you. I don't remember it saying anything about a woman loving you, but I do know it says that men could love a woman. See, if you want to love her, that's all cool. What you need to require from her is your respect. Now, this title reminds me of a brother on YouTube who just dropped a video about this. He's a Hebrew Israelite brother. I can't drop his name in this video because this video might be one of those videos that gets targeted, even though I'm saying nothing wrong. So I will put him into the shout out in another video if you're watching, my brother. All right, shalom. Now, a woman should respect you, but if you believe that she loves you, no wonder you're going to get hurt. You trust a woman with love. Love requires absolute. Love requires logic. Okay? God is love. God is the very definition of love because God doesn't change. You understand what I'm saying? The second definition of love can only come from a man because a man is logical. A man stands for something. A man stands on something, and a man shall die for what he stands for, including what he stands on. A man will die for God if he stands for God. He will die for his land if he stands on his land. But let me ask you, brothers, can women love? What do women stand for? What do women stand on? A woman's love can only truly be expressed when she's following the mission of her man. Once again, submission. Because she is loving what he loves. By supporting what he loves, she now knows love. Men are the purpose of women. So if you're not her purpose, why do you trust her? And even if you are her purpose, why do you trust her? Now, I don't hate women. Like a baby, I've said this before, I don't trust a baby. I can love a baby. I can love a woman. I shall trust neither because when left to themselves, they are chaotic and they are destructive. Check and balances. Now, what are the check and balances? Wearing a condom is a way you protect yourself. It's a way you keep her in check. It's the way that you don't give her absolute power. That is a check and balance. Pumping and dumping. Bringing her to your house. Making your place of rest vulnerable to any attacks she might be bringing towards you. Is trusting her. But by not doing that or measuring who you bring to your place of rest, limits her. It checks her. Check and balance. Dealing with her in a relationship, trusting her to love you and never do you wrong without thinking that she is illogical, that she's run by emotions and not logic. She is not an absolute like God or the creator, and she's nothing like the image of God, the man, which is a logical being. If you know this, that's a check and balance. You don't open yourself to her. You don't let yourself just be that vulnerable to her. Marriage. Let's keep it up, going up, right? We're going to kick it up a notch one more time. Marriage. Now, some of you guys say, Mr. Limber, why do you even teach about marriage? Because I'm realistic, right? There are brothers in the manosphere that gives you guys that placebo pill, the sugar pill, the pill that they give in in studies, right? Where, they give some people the real medication and the other sick people the sugar pill, the placebo pill. And the people who take the fake pill, since they believe in their mind is the real pill, they get the effects of healing, even though they really didn't take any medication whatsoever. Hence the body healing itself. Well, some brothers in the manosphere give you guys that placebo red pill. They tell you, no, you'll never get married or ever have children, and you don't need women. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not like the feminist movement. The feminist movement said the same thing except to women. Just look at them now. See, I'm realistic, right? I teach brothers to watch out for all the bad things. But I'm not ready to fight nature because I know that I will lose. Nobody can beat nature. I'm not going to stop a man from having sex with women, so I would never push monk down your throat. I'm not going to stop men from wanting children and replicating themselves. That is what every animal does. Some men will not do it, others will. Some men already done it, that's why they're speaking like that. See, I'm not going to fight that. I'm just going to teach you the safe way of doing it. Some men are also religious or spiritual. They don't believe that pumping and dumping is the right thing to do in the eyes of their creator, the Most High, or God. So they wish for a wife and they're going to do it anyway. They can still do it in a red pill way. So I'm not going to try to change anybody's religion. Okay. If the brother's a Christian, I'm not going to make him stop believing in Jesus. That's stupid. Okay. You're not really teaching these men anything. It's going through one ear and going out the other. Let's do it the safe way. Some of my friends got married and they had asked me for advice. And I told them, if you're going to get married, this is what you do. If you own your home, you make sure that your company, okay, that you probably have with a friend or you open one with a friend, make sure that your company own your home. You check your state laws, your country laws, and so forth. This is the check and balance. Why? Because you don't trust women. All right. That's the theme here. If you could give your company your house, you still own that house, or you own that value which the house is worth. You own that share of the company, so nobody else own it. This is a company you must own with one of your closest boys that is red pill, right? See, I got that kind of brotherhood with people I know in person, right? And I tell them, if you're going to go through a divorce and you think you will, you might want to let your shares go over to your homeboy so that part is not vulnerable when it's time to split your assets. Okay? That's one aspect. The other thing I tell them is that you want to make sure you own a church or a nonprofit organization, or you can own a church that owns a nonprofit organization. Why is that? It is a check and balance. Make sure you have a way where she cannot do nothing to you, and she knows that you are in control. Now, what do? You give your home over to your nonprofit. Guess who owns the nonprofit? You do. Guess who owns the home? You do. But here's the thing. The nonprofit is not part of your personal assets. It's not for you, so to speak, even though it's for you. Now, of course, you can write it out to say that 98% of what the nonprofit receives come to you, which pretty much means you own the whole house, except 2% that you're going to donate, and you probably could write off some kind of tax or something like that, depending on where you live, right? So the other thing I told them is, let's say you have money in the banks. The banks don't really give out interest like that anymore. So only keep 25% of your money in the bank and keep 75% as something tangible that doesn't lose value or doesn't lose value easily, such as jewelry. And of course, you don't tell her you have all those jewelries, guys. Stop sharing everything with a woman, right? These check and balances don't work if she knows, right? This is why I tell you, you don't trust the energy of destruction. That's what the esoteric teachings tell us. That's what we understand a woman to be. There's a brother named BR, that's all I'm going to call him on this channel, who made a video about women in chaos. All right. Women are actually chaos, right? I've said this many times in videos. Women are the energy of chaos. Of course, it can be harnessed by the energy of direction, which is the masculine. And when it is harnessed, that energy of the masculine can lead the feminine, which is chaos, and it won't be destructive. But if it is not guided, guys, it will be destructive. And since women in this society are not guided, they can be very destructive. That is why you have these check and balances. That's why you have a channel like mine, the MLC. And I teach you guys how to be safe, even if you're religious. Even if you must get married. Now, if you want to know more about this, I suggest you lock into the channel, because when I talk about men who are bringing foreign women over, I'm going to teach you absolute power to leave these broads on no way out. I'm talking about lock down. Lock down. And for the brothers that I kind of mentioned in this channel who are also content creators, the reason I did not mention your name is because when I make videos that may be really hated, like when I give you guys knowledge like this and how to protect your money against the system, I expect that I may be attacked, and I don't want anybody hunting you guys down also. All right. I'll bear this cross alone if I have to, so to speak, to put a religious spin on that. Now, if most of your money is in jewelry, somewhere in a safe, somewhere put away, not a registered safe, somewhere put away where nobody know about it, this woman have no access to it. If you only have 10,000 in the bank, let's say she takes 5,000. So what? Your whole 300,000 is already hidden elsewhere. Why do you guys think I own property outside the US and I make sure I'm in lands and places where it is unknown or untouchable? Now, I'm not going to announce all my secrets. I'm just letting you guys know what kind of brother you're dealing with here. Check and balances. Never trust a woman. Learn the system. And yes, I'm going to teach men about marriage too, because some men will do it. I want them to be safe. Most of you guys, it went really bad for you when you did it because you went in as a blue pill man. Okay? I'm not going to make men dump their religions. They're not going to do it, guys. It's just not. Some men don't think they can be monks, and some men are not good with pumping and dumping. They believe God has an issue with it. And if that's the case, I'm going to just teach them the safe way to go about it. Why do you guys trust women? I don't see any good reason to. Yes, a woman's energy of chaos can be harnessed under your power, which is submission, to make her about your mission in order to push your agenda and your purpose. Yes, the woman's purpose should be your purpose, but you have a country where they are against you. Okay? Not the women, the men. Like I've said, check out my video, Gender War Is It? Excuse me. Gender War Is It? It is a thumbnail of a man and a woman arm wrestling. Okay? You'll know who is truly behind this. Women have no power. They're using men who are simps and manginas, making these laws in order to come against you. The women are the tools of war. These men are the actual warlords that have waged war against you. You seriously think all these women are the ones that made these laws like this? Guys, it goes deeper than that, all right? So my issue is just guys trusting women. You're trusting them by not wearing condoms. You're trusting them by bringing them to your house. You're trusting them by giving them access to your bank account. You're trusting them by just marrying them and only getting a prenup and not doing all the other things that I have said. You think Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook didn't know he was going to be grilled like he just been grilled recently? He knew that. That's why he took most of Facebook and put it into his non-profit. The minute he made that move, I was like, okay, I already know. I know what's coming because I have degrees relating to law. Okay? That is why I make the same moves. And when he made the move, game recognized game, brothers. I already knew what he was doing because he knows if they come after his personal things, they won't be able to get him because it is hidden in his non-profit organization, which is technically not for him, even though it is for him. Same thing for your homes when you get married. For those of you who want to get married, don't trust and just leave your homes vulnerable. You don't go buy a home with her. You buy a home and you bring her into it. You crazy? You get married if you're going to in a state where alimony is usually not given, and if it is given, it's only for maybe a year or two, and it's usually very, very small to the point where the woman doesn't even want it. states like Texas. I will cover all of that when I talk about the foreign women. So stay tuned, guys, man. Just stop trusting women. Okay, I've given you guys many reasons not to trust women. I've given you guys many checks and balances. All right, and I'm on the road giving you this knowledge. So I'm going to cut it right here. I hope you learned something. Get in the comment section and don't just complain because you've been hurt, man. Let's put our brains to work and let's get powerful out here. Don't trust women. That's all I got to say. It's your boy and your brother, Mr. Limba. Until next time, stay red pill. Peace.